Howdy folks, my name is Sven Milicevic, and this is my virtual PD session for EDSE 307, Language, Literacy, and Society in Educational Contexts. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm here to show you budding future teachers out there a tool that promotes language acquisition, specifically a tool for building vocabulary. As you saw in the title slide, it's called a concept definition map. So, a concept definition map is pretty versatile. For me, it's primarily three things. It's a graphic organizer, a learning and instructional tool, as well it's useful for English language learners or ELLs. Now, as for its purpose as a graphic organizer, it is a visual diagram that can help students to develop their reading, writing, and oral comprehension and competency. As a learning and instructional tool, it promotes reading comprehension, helps to organize thoughts and ideas while also building vocabulary to deal with larger concepts and subject matter. It's useful for English language learners because a concept definition map is a fairly easy way for ELLs to use English in a way that is confined to the tool. By this, I mean that students do not need to interact with difficult grammar rules in order to make use of the tool for purposes of language acquisition. Now, a concept definition map helps to build vocabulary by having students answer three major questions. What is it? The big idea or general concept. What's it like? The key characteristics that make up the concept. And examples, things that represent the overall definition of the term or concept. I placed an asterisk next to the second point because the question may be modified depending on the characteristics you choose to examine when looking at a specific term or concept. Alright, so I'm going to model what a concept definition map might look like. First and foremost, every single concept definition map is going to have a term or concept that it's looking at. So, it's going to be in the center of the entire tool. I plan on being a social studies teacher, so let's use a pretty rustic definition of parliament. So, the big thing. What is it? Well, parliament is a legislative elected body of government. Okay, so what might it be like? This is where I change the question specifically. Instead of what it's like, I have a piece that defines what it's made up of. And so here we have the monarch. Within our own parliamentary system, we do not necessarily have a monarch representing herself, but we have a governor general who stands in place for the monarch. Next, we have senators who also make up the parliament. And finally, members of parliament or MPs. Now that we have what it's made up of and what it is, we can look at examples. So some examples of parliament would be the British Parliament, our own Canadian Parliament, and the Australian Parliament, all of which follow the parliamentary system to some differing degree of similarity. Now that we've gone through all the different pieces of a concept definition map, we can piece together a definition of the concept, parliament. So, here we have that a parliament is a legislative elected body of government that is composed of senators, members of parliament or MPs, and a monarch or equivalent representative. By using a concept definition map, students are able to create their own definitions of a concept or term by critically thinking about what it is, what its characteristics are, and what some examples may be. The concept definition map is a more active tool for building vocabulary and eliminates the need for memorization that comes with copying definitions from a dictionary. Furthermore, you could definitely expand the tool. For instance, we covered what a parliament is made up of, but you could similarly use it to describe what a parliament is able to do and replace the characteristics in such a way, and then change the examples to show what sort of laws a parliament might be able to pass or legislate. This concludes my virtual PD session on a concept definition map. I hope it serves you well. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.